attack. Congress student wing protests also in Karur turned violent. Health Minister sustained injuries. Andhra Pradesh as well. There's news coming in of 6 people losing their lives, 7 critically injured after consuming adulterated milk. All that and much more lined up this morning. But first, there's a new scam making rounds lately. Remember all of 2025? We spoke at length on the Breakfast Club about the several digital arrests people were falling for. Today, we'll focus on the trading app scam. These days, fraudulent trading apps are popping up everywhere. They use slick, polished interfaces that look just like real trading platforms to trick people into handing over money. Often they reach out through social media links promising high and guaranteed returns.
Let's talk about the recent cases to make a point here. In Noida, a businessman says cyber fraudsters drained nearly rupees 12 lakhs from his digital gold and silver trading account. Now he'd invested about 11.9 lakh through this app, but without his knowledge, the money was transferred to different bank accounts.
A similar story from Hyderabad as well. Another man lost 78.7 lakh rupees in a stock trading app scam. He downloaded an application from Google Play. That's what makes it more worrying. Thinking he was dealing with a reputed company, at first he deposited 10,000 rupees, even withdrew 8,000 rupees, which made him trust the application instantly. Encouraged by fake profits, he added more money, and then eventually all his withdrawal requests were rejected and the scammers demanded an extra 60 lakh rupees to release the funds stuck in this app.
So how can you spot these scams and protect yourself? Firstly, be skeptical of guaranteed returns. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Next, check if this platform is registered with the country's financial regulators. Always avoid sharing OTPs or giving remote access to your phone or your devices.
Trading app scams are getting smarter, combining fake apps, social engineering, polished marketing to trick investors. The best defense is stay aware, stay skeptical, and always verify before you invest a single rupee. To make us all aware about identifying these applications, let's go over to our guest joining us this morning. Jiten Jain, cybersecurity expert, joins us. Hi Jiten, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Jiten, let's begin with the basics here. How do you identify you're possibly going to be scammed in months from now? So you look at this really flashy advertisement on one of these social media apps. You click on it, looks very promising on the face of it because there are possibly already different investors, fake investors who are claiming to have profited from this when you click on the link. So there's lots going on and people are forced to believe that this is a real story and this is going to give them real profits. So take us through that journey from when you first give into this trade trap to finally when you're supposed to realize that, all's not well, something's fishy here.
You see, these people first they make a beautiful app which looks like Zerodha. Then they, give, promise, make it feel like, up stocks and promises you return more than, mutual funds or silver. And it's a complete scam. So any app which is giving you guaranteed obnoxious returns is giving you guaranteed losses. That's number one. Second, if you look at the modus operandi, initially you will get a message on Telegram or Instagram no gender bias here, from a beautiful looking Western girl who projects herself to be a stock trader and who has made millions and living a luxurious life in Singapore, Dubai, and all those places. Or some guy who's like posting his pics in new Ferrari every day. And then you are added, they converse with you, they somehow get your number and you're added to a Telegram group where they try and act as your mentor. And in that process, you're exposed to several people in the group who are posting messages about, somebody making 20% returns this month and withdrawing money with screenshots
And they're all
all
fake
those
people?
things. They're all fake. It's like you go to a shop, there are 20 fake customers. People see, oh, this is the place where everybody's going, so let's also go there and buy. So these are all, bunch of fake accounts, not even fake people, fake bots, just, fake random WhatsApp accounts who are just, appearing to be people. But interesting thing for people to observe here is that all the scammers who add you into a group, they block the messages from everyone. They only allow admins to post messages so that you, if you have been scammed, you can't inform others that you have been scammed by these people. So first sign, which is a telltale sign, is that unknown stranger, approaching your Instagram or Telegram or WhatsApp. Second, if you're ever added to a group promising returns or seeing people who are making money, you will not be allowed to send any messages. Third, you see, that is the reason SEBI has banned all these apps. There are very few apps, mostly provided by the banks or some provided stockbrokers, who are allowed in India. Everything else is illegal. So tomorrow, you must remember, if they steal your money, if they carry out 420 fraud, whatever, you are technically at loss, even going to court, because these apps do not have an office in India. They do not have a staff. They're already banned. And fourth scam, what is happening these days is this emergence of so-called, tip givers or stock traders or stock influencers on Instagram, who tell you that, look, I made 200% returns in 2 months on this penny stock, and this another penny stock is going to make you money on this app, and just download this app and buy this app. So idea is to trick you somehow to download an app. And then once you download an app, they ask you to make only a small investment, let's say 5,000 rupees, 4,000 rupees. And then you are given a guaranteed profit of, let's say, 15-20%. You're allowed to withdraw. So you're allowed to
Yeah.
withdraw 2,000, 3,000 rupees. So this is basically an exercise of psychological manipulation and trust building. Once you do that, then you are, instigated to, maybe enticed to put more money, huge amounts, and
It's a
you're
little bit
given
of what
shown
we've seen
profits.
in betting apps, no, Jitain? We've seen that
Yeah,
in
yeah,
betting apps as well. You're
bet,
putting in a little bit of money, you're
fake,
allowed to
fake betting
withdraw,
apps.
you're making
Initially,
profit. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, when you actually start to withdraw money, they said, look, you can't withdraw. It's illegal in India. You have to pay some administrative fee,
yeah.
penalty fee,
Right.
or whatever fee. You put more money, but you are actually never able to withdraw money. So that's scam number one. But the worst thing, what you just rightly pointed out, in these apps like betting apps or trading apps, the initial money what you withdraw, the 2,000, 3,000 withdraw, that does not come from the app. It comes from some other person who wanted to withdraw, invest some 3,000 rupees. So suppose
All right.
person A, and this is all a part of big scam. So if one account is reported, your genuine account, even despite of you being a victim, your account is also blocked by the
So
I4C,
it could be that
thinking
you're
that you are.
complicit in this crime as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
if
So
I
it's
could just quickly
basically,
come in there, as you
yeah,
mentioned earlier, a lot of these are using very sophisticated interfaces as well. I'm not
there.
talking about lookalike apps. I'm talking about duplication. Do you think that's a thing that happens as well? Perhaps, let's say if I want to download Zerodha, I see another. Is it possible to completely duplicate
No,
an
no,
app,
no.
and does that usually happen?
Yeah, it is possible. And with the emergence of AI, you don't even need a month to build a fake app. You can do it in 48 hours. But
Okay.
they usually don't make a fake Zerodha or Upstocks, because reason is that Zerodha and Upstock security teams will be hunting for such apps and getting them
Okay.
blocked. So ideally, they make a new app which looks like, have a beautiful look like Zerodha or something, and then, a feel of Upstocks, and then promise you returns like mutual funds, and, show you 40% returns in silver, and this stop, that stop. So the scam is that you make one person give money to another person. Person A thinks that he's investing, and the person B thinks that he's withdrawing money and he's withdrawing his returns or profit. And the actual scammer stays out in the entire banking loop. So when one account is reported, 40, 50 victims get further harassed by police because their accounts are blocked.
Yeah.
So it's all one victim, in a way, technically scamming each other.
Okay, Jitain, also very quickly, how are you falling into this trap? So, do you have access to these fake trading apps even on, let's say, app stores like Google? Because that's what
Yeah.
we just read out for our
Yes,
viewers.
yes. So there are two kind
So,
of
what's
apps.
being done to check that then?
See, initially, what will Google Play or App Store will do? They will look what the app does, what permission it takes, what code it does, beyond, and whether it is a malware or not. That's all they check. But whether it's actually what it is reflecting is the actual balance of the bank account. Google does not have access to your bank accounts and bank account records, so it is very easy to carry out screenshot forgery, or fake bank account display. So that's where these apps are not malware in a way. They are only
Okay.
doing forgery of balance. So Google and Apple have no way to figure out whether this is actually the bank balance or a fake bank balance just posted on the app.
All right. So they're essentially just moving around this money, and that's not necessarily a malware.
that's
So it
And
doesn't
most of
get
them are
detected.
offering returns.
That's scary
Most of
for
them are
any
offering returns in
investor.
crypto.
For any
So there is
investor to actually be told, Jitin, like you're telling us that even Google Play, for instance, or Google, for instance, is not going to be able to catch on to the loopholes here. So imagine how scary is it for a common man, right? For a common investor.
And to that, in fact, I
That's
want to
why-
come in. What happens then, as you're saying that you are at the risk of being complicit in this entire web and in this entire scam also. So for someone who has been scammed in such a manner, what can they do then?
I tell you a very simple, small story. Somebody invested 10 lakhs in one such scam. He was able to withdraw 5 lakhs. Then he put 20 lakhs more. So he filed an FIR for 25 lakhs that my money is due. But he got a counter FIR filed by someone else that he has stolen my 5 lakhs, which he thought he initially got as returns. That person invested 5 lakhs. So this all goes on. Now, what you can do, you can call up 1930, tell them that I am a victim and transferred this money and inform that this 5 lakhs came from this particular account and I was told that this is for returns. But ultimately, that is no defense. And that is the reason I think the bigger responsibility, you can't throw general public under the bus. The bigger responsibility lies with SEBI. They are trying to cut down on these fintech influences, but they also have to cut down on this entire, this fake app ecosystem where you have to hunt down fake apps, block them on daily basis before people get trapped and the money is stolen. And this is not only about trading scams. This is about crypto trading, silver trading, gold trading with this 40% returns in just silver and gold last year. Everybody wants to make just quick money, maybe 20% returns in a week. So that's a problem. I think the bigger responsibility lies with SEBI and RBI. You can't expect ordinary people to be, follow all these guidelines and figure out spot scams. It's not possible and they have nowhere to go. And once they lose money, trust me, this banking ombudsman, I4C, cyber helpline, it's good to complain, but the money doesn't come back.
But is there nothing you and I can do, Jitin? So if you were to just give us, quick
The only thing
tips,
what you can do,
on how do you check the legitimacy of a trading app? What can be done?
The only thing what you can do, if anybody is promising you more than 10 or 12% returns,
That's
trust
a
me,
scam.
this is a guaranteed loss, a guaranteed scam. Any sort of guaranteed return except a fixed deposit in a bank, nobody can give you a guarantee of a particular return. If it is, it's a scam.
But can you check registration with SEBI, for instance? Is that a step you can follow quickly? Is that something you can have
Tell me
access to?
last time you did that for any app.
No,
or
that's
any
what I'm
influencer.
asking.
No, in
I
fact,
don't want to
that's what I
fall
want
for
to come
it.
to as well.
It
Most
is-
of
it
these
is
seem
not
like
possible.
preventative measures, but what happens when you have been scammed? Is there no relief then?
You could put any fake number of any, real zero the office. Who cares? I mean, you could
Yeah.
put any fake number. People don't call up. And look, even if somebody does, it may be 1 out of 1,000 people, and who he may say himself. But what about the rest of 999? They will fall for the scam.
All right.
See, quick money is the recipe of all disaster.
Absolutely.
For now, these are isolated cases, and one is just hoping that this doesn't turn out to be happening in the country at the scale that we've seen a lot of digital arrests take place. So, Jitin, that's
And trust me, 95% scams in this country of the such trading apps goes unreported.
yeah.
And that's the bigger problem. So what you're looking is just a fraction of the magnitude of the size and scale of the scam which is going on.
All right. Well, Jitin, thank you so much for joining us on the Breakfast Club. It's been an insightful discussion. Hopefully, our viewers have been able to take away some actionable insights from this discussion as well. All right, let's quickly shift our focus now as well. Let's talk about Prime Minister Modi, who is in Israel for his 2-day visit. He was also awarded the Knesset's highest award. Remember, Prime Minister Modi is a rare world leader who has received top awards from both Israel and Palestine.
Also, during the Prime Minister's visit to Israel, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also unveiled a new geopolitical concept called the hexagon of alliances. Now, we'd heard it from the leadership in Israel for the longest time that this is something that Israel is looking at. They want to include India in this alliance. But now we have more details how this is envisioned as a 6-sided strategic framework, placing Israel at the center, connected to India, Greece, Cyprus, Arab nations, African nations, and also a few Asian countries.
Now, the two nations will focus on agreements on the Defence Connect, tech exchanges, and framework of FTA and Hexagon Alliance, as Kritsween just mentioned. We decode that for you in this next report. Take a look.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Israel comes with a lot of strategic negotiations. One of the most important topics is the hexagon of alliance. Prime Minister Netanyahu has unveiled an ambitious new geopolitical vision, the Hexagon of Alliances, a six-sided strategic bloc designed to counter radical axis in the region. India has been named a cornerstone of this framework. But what exactly is this hexagon and how far is New Delhi willing to go?
In the vision that I see before my eyes, we will create a complete system, essentially a kind of hexagon of alliances around or within the Middle East. This includes India, this includes Arab countries, this also includes African countries, and also countries in the Mediterranean, Greece and Cyprus, and also countries in Asia that I will not list right now. I will present it in an orderly manner.
Netanyahu describes the hexagon as a structured system of alliances built around 6 pillars. Israel at the center, with India, Greece, Cyprus, Arab nations, African nations and select Asian countries forming the broader network. Speaking at a cabinet meeting, Netanyahu said the goal is to create an axis of nations that see eye to eye on regional threats. The framework is designed to institutionalize coordination across security, intelligence sharing, defense cooperation, diplomacy and economic connectivity. It also aligns closely with the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, a transit and trade corridor linking India to Europe through the Middle East and the Mediterranean. The significance lies in what and who it targets. Netanyahu explicitly framed the hexagon as a counterweight to the radical Shia axis led by Iran and its proxies like the Hezbollah and the Houthis. He also referenced an emerging radical Sunni axis, pointing to extremist threats across Western Asia. This comes amid rising regional churn, including the Saudi-Pakistan Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement, often described as an Islamic NATO. The hexagon signals something more structured and indicates a shift underway in West and South Asia. In Netanyahu's vision, India is not just a partner, it is a strategic anchor. He has described India as a global power whose involvement brings legitimacy to the alliance. India is already one of Israel's largest defense partners, and discussions during Prime Minister Modi's visit are expected to focus on artificial intelligence, quantum computing, cybersecurity, semiconductors, and potentially major arms deals. And there is also momentum towards finalizing a free trade agreement by 2026. Crucially, India sits at the heart of the IMEC, acting as a primary trade and connectivity bridge between Asia and the Mediterranean. For Israel, anchoring India strengthens both the economic and maritime dimensions of this bloc. But will the hexagon become reality? India historically avoids rigid confrontational blocs. New Delhi maintains deep civilizational ties with Iran and critical energy links with Arab nations. It is unlikely to formally endorse an anti-Iran military alliance or adopt a sectarian Shia versus Sunni framing. While India values its growing strategic partnership with Israel, its approach remains pragmatic. India aims to have issues-based cooperation without military commitments. Netanyahu's hexagon pitch sets the stage for a new regional conversation. Whether it becomes a hard security bloc or a softer strategic coalition will depend largely on India's choices. Because in this six-sided vision of alliances, New Delhi seems to be the balancing force that determines the future.
Okay, shifting our focus now to the wedding everyone's watching out for all of today. Wedding celebrations of Rashmika Mandanna and Vijay Deverakonda officially begun. The couple are preparing to tie the knot today in Udaipur. The festivities kicked off with haldi preparations taking center stage, and what you see on your screens are some of the images shared by the couple on Instagram.
Right, and the couple shared a glimpse of this intimate ceremony through their latest Instagram stories, as Kritsween just mentioned. The images reveal this beautifully styled outdoor haldi venue adorned with all these lush floral arrangements. You can see the vibrant decor on your screens right now.
Although neither Rashmika nor Vijay appeared in the photographs, the first visuals from their wedding celebrations were enough to send fans into a frenzy, with excitement soaring across social media. And that's one thing social media has been obsessed with, isn't it, Him?
Absolutely. I think it gives them a lot of idea into the trends and what's going on, really. And for more on this, we have Simran Babbar live with us from Udaipur. Simran, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. What's the mood like there?
Well, absolutely. For the 4 days in Udaipur, where the cultural and, in fact, the regal ceremonies have been taking place at the ITC by mementos of the wedding couple Virosh here. It has been a completely private and exclusive affair that we have seen. Both of them have kept the complete arrangements very private. None of the pictures have actually featured either Rashmika or Vijay, but both of them have given some glimpses through their pictures that have been posted on Instagram. And the stylist friend Shravya Verma has also in fact given a glimpse of how the friends have gathered through the Instagram pictures on the stories, is what we have learned. But in Udaipur, it is dazzling for the wedding. Today is the day when the wedding festivities have already in fact begun. The traditional wedding that was supposed to be taken in consideration with both of the traditions of Kodavi and also Telugu tradition earlier as planned, by respecting both the tradition for the wedding that has started. And in Udaipur, as in fact serene and pristine the location is, the wedding has already in fact been in place for today, and on the 4th of March is going to be the day where the reception for the grand film industry is going to be taking place in Hyderabad.
Okay, very quickly, Simran, you're telling us it's a private affair, and we were hoping for some snippets in your background. Maybe that's not happening, I believe. Simran, do tell us though whether you've seen, any of the couple's friends, colleagues, celebrities, anyone from Bollywood make their way in and out. Any behind the scenes you'd like to share?
Well, absolutely. In fact, as I have been here and all the guests have started coming from airport, and we of course saw, and we saw Sandeep Reddy while coming to the airport, and also many other friends from the Telugu industry were there, because the cap has been kept only to a limited 100 people to be present at the venue. There were Sangeet performances the day before and Haldi performances yesterday, as the planning of the arrangements has been taken place. But because of the venue being located at such a far off destination in Udaipur as well, it is at a remote location. There are network issues as well, and also in fact it is very far from the airport. The people from the guest or the family have started coming from a day before yesterday in fact only, and now as the wedding rituals have already started, the couple has already in fact played a different sort of games as well for the friends and the families just a day before, with including the cricket game and also the volleyball game named as the Virosh Premier League as well.
Okay.
That has been the kind of a private yet very exciting affair for the fans of Virosh that this wedding has actually witnessed.
All right, Simran. Well, thank you so much for the latest on this. Of course, we're relying on you to get us all inside scoops on this through the course of the day as well. Thank you so much. Now, as wedding bells ring for Vijay Deverakonda and Rashmika Mandanna, we also decided to take a look back at the moments that fueled Virosh rumors. Matching beanies, familiar backdrops, playful confessions kept fans guessing for years. Here's a rewind for you.
Cupid's favorite Tollywood pair, Vijay Deverakonda and Rashmika Mandanna, are now just hours away from screaming "I do" after keeping the fans guessing for years. Now, with their pre-wedding festivities reportedly kicking off in Udaipur ahead of their big February 26 wedding at ITC Mementos, we decided to take a look at the top 5 times Vijay and Rashmika low-key teased us with their lovey-dovey moments. First up, of course, is the Oman birthday mystery. As Rashmika rang in her 29th birthday, she dropped dreamy sun-soaked pictures from Oman. And guess what? Just a day later, Vijay casually posted his own beachy snaps. The timing, suspicious. The scenery, identical. So, of course, fans didn't need a detective degree to connect the dots. Then came the beanie saga of 2023. Vijay posted a video from New York sporting a bright pink beanie. And just months later, Rashmika celebrated International Women's Day wearing what looked like the exact same cap. Let's be honest, that's too much of a coincidence, no? Or maybe that's what we call a perfect soft launch? This one was hiding in plain sight. In May last year, Rashmika shared stunning photos in a vibrant yellow sari, calling everything in the frame irreplaceable. Naturally, fans zoomed in. The backdrop looked eerily similar to the interior seen in Vijay's social media posts. Speculations ran wild. Was the sari gifted by Vijay or perhaps his mum?
Okay, coming out of the festivities and celebrations for a bit now and taking you through stories that are being spoken of from across the country and around the world. First up, let's give you more details on Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and his wife Meghan. They met with the recent medical evacuees from Gaza at the specialty hospital in Jordan. Harry and Meghan were accompanying a World Health Organization delegation joining Director General Tedros Adhanom, also on a two-day program focusing on humanitarian health response, mental health and support for vulnerable communities affected by conflict and displacement.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz received an official welcome ceremony in Beijing as he seeks fairer trade rules and Chinese help on Ukraine on a whirlwind two-day visit. Merz inspected an honor guard and held talks with Chinese counterpart Premier Li Qiang. The German leader acknowledged differences during meetings with the country's top leaders and called for collaboration wherever possible.
Urvashi Rautela celebrated her 32nd birthday in spectacular style, hosting a grand and luxurious party that has taken the internet by storm. She cut what's being called the world's most expensive cake, also a 7-tier diamond-studded masterpiece reportedly worth a staggering 16 crore rupees. Videos and photos from the lavish celebration have been trending online and being spoken of across the country.
Shahid Kapoor then celebrated his 45th birthday, marking another milestone in a career filled with memorable performances. From his early romantic roles to intense power-packed characters, Shahid has continued to impress audiences with his versatility. His latest release, Oh Romeo, has only added to the excitement among fans, adding to the cheers. His Chance Pe Dance co-star Janelia Deshmukh also took to Instagram to pen a warm birthday note, sending Shahid love and best wishes.
Okay, with that, it's time for us to head into a very quick breather. We'll be right back with lots more. More importantly, we'll be tracking stories from down south right after the break. See you.
His Excellency Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, His Excellency Mr. Amir Ohana, Speaker of the Knesset, His Excellency Mr. Yair Lapid, Leader of Opposition, Honorable members of the Knesset, my dear sisters and brothers, Shalom. Namaste. Honorable members, it is a privilege and an honor for me to stand before this distinguished house. I do so as the Prime Minister of India.
Our focus to some more breaking news coming in. In fact, our another top story. Well, the standoff between Delhi police and Himachal Pradesh police has escalated after a cross FIR was filed in connection with the arrest of 3 youth Congress workers linked to the AI Impact Summit protest last week. The 3 workers were detained from Rohru in Shimla district early on Wednesday by a team from the special cell of Delhi police. Now, according to Delhi police sources, the team was returning with the accused to the national capital when they were stopped by Himachal police in Solan district. Now, Himachal police had intercepted the Delhi team at Dharampur and called the detention illegal. Listen to what the minister has to say.
बहुत इंटरनेशनल लेवल का एआई समिट दिल्ली में जो आयोजित हुआ, जिसमें यूथ कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने वहां कपड़े उतार करके जिस प्रकार का प्रदर्शन किया, स्वाभाविक रूप से जो कुछ भी किया वो राहुल गांधी के इशारे पर, प्रियंका गांधी के इशारे पर किया गया। और दूसरे हमारे लिए और भी पीड़ा का विषय है कि इस सारी घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए दिल्ली स्थित हिमाचल सदन का, हिमाचल भवन का भी इस्तेमाल हुआ है। मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को कहना चाहता हूं, इस देवभूमि को देवभूमि रहने दीजिए। इस देवभूमि को ऐसे अपराधियों की शरण स्थली मत बनाइए। शर्म आनी चाहिए सारी घटना को लेकर के।
Some breaking news on the broadcast. After a dramatic standoff between Himachal and Delhi police, a Shimla court granted transit remand around 1 a.m. 3 accused were produced before ACJM Judge Ekansh Kapil at his residence. Now, despite objections over
chief in Delhi, Banu chief, police teams had rushed to Himachal Pradesh to arrest 3 persons. They are Saurabh Singh, who is 28 years old, is a resident of Amethi. Siddharth of the AI Summit protest, police teams had gone and they were arrested from there and they were being brought to Delhi. That is when the Himachal police teams intercepted the teams of Delhi police and they were asked to, in fact, they were accused of abduction by the police, that you are illegally taking the 3 men away and that you do not have transit remand and that you would be requiring legal documents for that. So a video also went viral on social media. It was widely circulated and it can clearly be seen that an ACP rank officer of Delhi police is being stopped by the SP rank officer of Himachal Pradesh, and he is telling them that an FIR has been, a case has been registered against you for under the charges of
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, here's the latest that we're bringing for you right now. Rania Rao gold smuggling case, the latest that's coming in. The Enforcement Directorate filed a charge sheet in its money laundering probe into the gold smuggling syndicate involving Kannada actress Rania Rao, alleging that the syndicate smuggled over 127 kilograms of gold worth over 102 crore rupees in a year to India and disposed it off in the domestic market through a network of handlers and jewelers.
The agency named Rania Rao and her 2 other associates as accused in its prosecution complaint or the charge sheet filed under Prevention of Money Laundering Act before a special court in Bengaluru. So that's the latest update coming in. The Enforcement Directorate says that the funds were routed through Hawala channels. I do want to bring in Afreen Hussain into the conversation. Afreen, what more details have been shared by the Enforcement Directorate in the latest, and how does this mean more trouble for the actress?
Well, absolutely. Remember, Kannada actor Rania Rao, she was arrested by the DRI last year around March when she was trying to smuggle around 14 kgs of gold concealed to her body that was worth around 12.5 crore. And now, after a year or so, the Enforcement Directorate has now filed a charge sheet against Rania Rao and 2 of her associates, Arun and Sahin Jain, accusing both of the 3 of them, the whole syndicate, of transporting smuggling at least 127 kg of gold that costs around 102 crore. And they've said that this particular amount of gold was brought into India within a year and was disposed of in the markets through handlers and sellers. And the money was also routed through Hawala channels in India and abroad. Now, the ED has said that the 3 of them, last year also, the ED had attached around 34 crore in the name of Rania Rao, and now another 127 kg of gold, that is 102 crore, has been attached, and the prosecution has been filed against the three of them.
Right, absolutely, Afreen. That being said, of course, with the two other associates also under the lens now, what can we expect going forward?
Well, the ED is set to complete its probe, and they have recorded their statements of several persons. And the federal agency had also carried out raids in May last year, in March last year, and also this year. And after all of the statements and recorded and all of the probe done by the ED, now they've filed a charge sheet. It remains to be seen how it goes forward. A money laundering probe into the school smuggling syndicate has been completed by the ED, and now they've finally filed a charge sheet. So it remains to be seen how Rania Rao and two of her associates take it forward, and how the ED also takes it forward.
Okay, many thanks, Afreen, for joining us with the latest coming in the case. For now, shifting our focus to more breaking news. Well, the standoff between the DMK and the Congress continues in Tamil Nadu ahead of elections slated later this year. The DMK is firm on giving just 25 seats to the Congress on its part asking for 40 seats. So the alliance talks scheduled for today are not happening is the latest bit of breaking news update that's just come in.
All right, for more on this, we have Purnima live with us. Purnima, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, Purnima, we've been discussing this for quite some time now. Earlier, remember, we'd also discussed how the Congress was very adamant on the fact that they're only asking respectfully for what is owed to them and what their dues. What happens next?
Well, the stalemate between the DMK and the Congress continues. The DMK is firm in its offer of 25 seats to the Congress, but the Congress wants more. They are at least aiming for 40 seats this time, considering that their vote share has also increased. Remember, KC Venugopal, the Congress leader, had met DMK President M.K. Stalin over the weekend, and this was what was communicated to the DMK, but the DMK is trying to tell the Congress that there are other alliance partners, so it would be difficult to give them more seats because they have to make every other alliance partner happy. The DMK Congress talks were all set to continue on the 26th or 27th of February, but that likely is not happening at the moment because both sides maintain their stance. The DMK is ready to offer 25, the Congress wants 40. Will they reach the middle ground in the coming days? We'll have to wait and see.
All right, Purnima, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. Now, high drama also unfolded in Kannur yesterday after Kerala Health Minister Veena George was attacked during a protest by Kerala Students' Union activists at the railway station.
The minister, who was on her way to board the Vande Bharat train after an official event, sustained serious injuries to her neck and the hand in the scuffle. She was rushed to Kannur District Hospital, where a team of doctors is monitoring her condition as we speak. The incident has sparked a political war of words. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan condemned the attack and blamed the Congress entirely for it, while the opposition dismissed the charges, accusing the minister of exaggerating the incident. Reactions first up, listen in.
DYFI, the youth front of CPIM, has taken out a protest march against the attack on Health Minister Veena George. In protest, they are burning the effigy of opposition leader V.D. Satishan. The CPM has been alleging that the Congress has been trying to create a law and order situation in the state, and they were trying to attack the Health Minister. She is admitted to the hospital in Kannur district. According to authorities, she has suffered injuries to her hands and neck. Now, across the state, there has been protest against Kerala Health Minister Veena George for quite some days now. Black flags were shown as protest. Even outside her official residence, there has been protest by KSU, Youth Congress workers and Congress workers. They have been raising the issue of problem with the health department and stating that the health department is in shambles. The latest example that they have been quoting is the incident where forceps was found from inside the abdomen of a lady who underwent surgery at a government medical college. So these are the instances against which why the KSU and the Youth Congress has been taking out protest against the health minister. Black flags were shown to her, and this incident happened at the Kannur railway station when the minister was in Kannur. Chief Minister has issued a strong statement, and the CM has also met the health minister at the hospital. Now the DYFI is taking out protests. Mr. Rahim, Health Minister of the state, Veena George, is in the hospital right now. She has suffered injuries to her hand and a neck. This after protest by KSU. How are you seeing this situation?
This is very quite unfortunate. This is first time in the history of Kerala politics, a woman minister being attacked. So it is highly condemnable. The Congress leadership and opposition leader and even AICC leadership must be answered in this regard. This is highly condemnable. I would like to request to Honorable Opposition Leader be an opposition leader, not be an antagonist.
The opposition leader has said that there are no visuals of the minister being attacked or even KSU workers going near her. They were only protesting as the protests were continuing.
Very weakened defense, and very baseless defense. So everyone can look at visuals. Everyone can cross-check the visuals.
ഞങ്ങൾ പ്രാഥമികമായ ഒരു അന്വേഷണം നടത്തി. പ്രാഥമികമായ അന്വേഷണത്തിലും ഇതുവരെ വാർത്താ ചാനലുകളിൽ വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ദൃശ്യങ്ങൾ പരിശോധിച്ചതിലും കേസുകാർ പ്രതിഷേധം നടത്തിയെന്നുള്ളത് ശരിയാണ്. പക്ഷെ അവരുടെ അടുത്തുപോലും എത്തിയിട്ടില്ല. ഒരാളും എത്തിയിട്ടില്ല. 3-4 KSU പ്രവർത്തകരാണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. 30-35 പോലീസുകാരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇവരെ ആക്രോശിച്ച് അവരുടെ അടുത്തേക്ക് ചെല്ലുന്ന ദൃശ്യങ്ങൾ മാത്രമേ ഇതുവരെ പുറത്തു വന്നിട്ടുള്ളൂ. തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഞങ്ങൾ പരിശോധിക്കും. അങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും തെറ്റ് കേസുകാരുടെ ഭാഗത്തുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ നടപടിയെടുക്കും. പക്ഷെ ഇതുവരെ കിട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്ന ദൃശ്യങ്ങൾ വെച്ച് ആരും അവരുടെ അടുത്തേക്ക് പോയിട്ടില്ല. 3-4 കേസുകാരും 35 പോലീസുകാരുമാണ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്.
കേരളം പോലെയുള്ളൊരു സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് ഒരിക്കലും നടക്കാൻ പാടില്ലാത്ത ഒന്നാണ് ഇന്ന് നടന്ന സംഭവവികാസം. കേരളത്തിന്റെ ആരോഗ്യവകുപ്പ് മന്ത്രി പ്രത്യേകിച്ചും ഒരു വനിതാ ജനപ്രതിനിധിയാണ്. ആ ജനപ്രതിനിധിയാണ് വഴിയിലിട്ട് കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തത്. എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ആദ്യമായിട്ടുണ്ടായ ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് ഇത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ ഞാൻ ചൂണ്ടിക്കാണിക്കുന്നത്.
This was a planned attack on the Honorable Minister. They purposefully attacked that minister and she fallen in the platform and injured in the head and neck and the hand. This type of a protest is cruel and undemocratic and unparliamentary.
കോൺഗ്രസ് യൂത്ത് കോൺഗ്രസ്സുകാർ അവരുടെ തീരുമാനം കൊണ്ട് മാത്രമായിരിക്കില്ല ഈ സംഭവത്തിന് നേതൃത്വം കൊടുത്തത്. ഈ സംഭവത്തിന് പ്രതിപക്ഷ നേതാവിൻ്റെ ഉപദേശത്തിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിലാണ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആയിരിക്കാം ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ആരോഗ്യവകുപ്പ് മന്ത്രി ഈ രൂപത്തിൽ ആക്രമിക്കപ്പെട്ടത്. കഴുത്തിന് പരിക്കുണ്ട്, കൈക്ക് പരിക്കുണ്ട്, തോളലിന് പരിക്കുണ്ട്. അവർ ആശുപത്രിയിൽ പ്രവേശിപ്പിക്കപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കേരളത്തിൽ മുമ്പാണെങ്കിൽ ചില സമരങ്ങൾ നടത്തിയ അവസരത്തിൽ പോലീസ് വെടിവയ്പ് നടത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആ വെടിവയ്പ്പിൽ മരിച്ചവരുണ്ട്. ഡിവൈഎഫ്ഐക്ക് നേരെയാണ് വെടിവയ്പ് നടത്തിയത്.
Neetu Regukumar joins us with more details. Good morning, Neetu. What more can you tell us about what the police have revealed so far? This looks like a pre-planned protest, and now we've seen how Minister George ended up sustaining serious injuries. The KSU and the Congress seem to be denying all charges, but the visuals suggest something else.
No, see, the KSU has been protesting against Minister Veena George for quite some time. They have been showing black flags, not just the KSU, the Youth Congress. So this protest have been continuing for quite some days. The latest which issue they had taken up is of a forceps being found inside the abdomen of a lady who underwent surgery at a medical college about 5 years ago. The opposition has been raising this issue against the health minister, stating that she's not taking care of her department, or she's unable to do that. The protests have been continuing across the state. Wherever she went, there has been black flags that has been shown. Earlier also we have seen instances where she has, when she sees these protesters, she has come out and spoken to them also. So that was an ongoing protest. So yesterday, what happened at the Kannur railway station, from the visuals, what we can see is that when she was entering the railway station, 4 to 5 KSU workers have raised the slogans and is going near her. So what the Congress is saying is that, yes, they have conducted the protest as they have been conducting. They will continue these protests, but the workers did not attack the minister. This is all a drama by the LDF ahead of elections. They are using this opportunity. The Congress has been demanding to release the CCTV videos. They have been saying that this happened inside a railway station. So definitely there will be CCTV videos. From the visuals that has come out so far, the Congress says that there is nothing which shows the KSU workers attacking the minister. As the opposition leader V.D. Satishan himself said that the visuals only show the minister shouting and going towards them, and when the KSU workers were raising slogans. Now the CPIM and the LDF, led by the Chief Minister himself, is stating that this cannot be unacceptable. This cannot be accepted. This is an attack against a woman minister. It is highly condemnable. The leadership, even the AICC leadership, should answer why the Congress is taking out protests like this. So this is what the CPM is saying. So today we will be seeing more protests. This between the CPM and the Congress will continue because this is ahead of the election.
Right, absolutely. Neetu, stay on with us. Also, more information that's coming in right now. All eyes, of course, on Kerala High Court this morning as it takes up the crucial hearing on Kerala Story 2. The court has already directed the filmmakers not to release the movie's rights until the petitions are fully heard, calling these concerns raised probably genuine. Petitioners allege that the film portrays Kerala in a distorted manner and could further fuel communal tensions. On the other hand, then, the counsel appearing for the CBFC argued that the issue of the issuance of a writ petition to quash the certification granted to the film was untenable, and there is no question of dignity of Kerala, but it is the dignity of India. Neetu, let me come back to you on this as well. What can you tell us?
Now, the hearing will be resuming again this morning. Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas of the Kerala High Court will be hearing this around 9:45 a.m. is what we are understanding, and we are expecting that there will be an interim order also today. Now, yesterday, while considering the case, the petitioners argued that they have locus standi over this because they are aggrieved by the way in which Kerala has been portrayed. The CBFC has also said that they have nothing to do as far as the teaser and the trailer is concerned because that is not something which they have given certification for. And went on to say that some of the scenes in this teaser is not there in the movie. So the court had actually said, none of them have seen the movie, and the filmmakers are not keen to show it to the court. That is why, since none of them had seen, that is why the court thought, even though there is a lack of time, we would watch the movie. But at the same time, Justice said that the filmmakers are not keen on the court watching the movie. So hence the arguments continued. Now today the counsel for the producer will also be making his argument. It is after that it is expected to give an interim order.
Many thanks, Neetu, for joining us with all those details. 9:30 a.m. onwards, lots of developments expected on this front from the courts. We head into a quick break for now. We'll be right back with lots more in just a bit.
Our focus to some more breaking news coming in. In fact, our another top story. Well, the standoff between Delhi police and Himachal Pradesh police has escalated after a cross FIR was filed in connection with the arrest of 3 youth Congress workers linked to the AI Impact Summit protest last week. The 3 workers were detained from Rohru in Shimla district early on Wednesday by a team from the special cell of Delhi police. Now, according to Delhi police sources, the team was returning with the accused to the national capital when they were stopped by Himachal police in Solan district. Now, Himachal police had intercepted the Delhi team at Dharampur and called the detention illegal. Listen to what the minister has to say.
बहुत इंटरनेशनल लेवल का एआई समिट दिल्ली में जो आयोजित हुआ, जिसमें यूथ कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने वहां कपड़े उतार करके जिस प्रकार का प्रदर्शन किया, स्वाभाविक रूप से जो कुछ भी किया वो राहुल गांधी के इशारे पर, प्रियंका गांधी के इशारे पर किया गया। और दूसरे हमारे लिए और भी पीड़ा का विषय है कि इस सारी घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए दिल्ली स्थित हिमाचल सदन का, हिमाचल भवन का भी इस्तेमाल हुआ है। मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को कहना चाहता हूं, इस देवभूमि को देवभूमि रहने दीजिए। इस देवभूमि को ऐसे अपराधियों की शरण स्थली मत बनाइए। शर्म आनी चाहिए सारी घटना को लेकर के।
Some breaking news on the broadcast. After a dramatic standoff between Himachal and Delhi police, a Shimla court granted transit remand around 1 a.m. 3 accused were produced before ACJM Judge Ekansh Kapil at his residence. Now, despite objections over
Chief in Delhi, Banu Chief, police teams had rushed to Himachal Pradesh to arrest 3 persons. They are Saurabh Singh, who is 28 years old, is a resident of Amethi. Siddharth of the AI Summit protest. Police teams had gone and they were arrested from there and they were being brought to Delhi. That is when the Himachal police teams intercepted the teams of Delhi police and they were asked to, in fact, they were accused of abduction by the police, that you are illegally taking the 3 men away and that you do not have transit remand and that you would be requiring legal documents for that. So a video also went viral on social media. It was widely circulated and it can clearly be seen that an ACP rank officer of Delhi police is being stalked by the SP rank officer of Himachal Pradesh, and he is telling them that an FIR has been, a case has been registered against you for under the charges of abduction, and then you need to join the investigation. Also, they are saying, asking the Delhi police officials to cooperate, while at the same time, Delhi police officials are saying that they've arrested 3 men and they will need to take them for investigation to Delhi. So they've been asking them to take transit remand. And following all this drama, late last night, all these 3 men who had been arrested by Delhi police, they were produced before a judge, and then transit remand finally was obtained. And now we are learning that all 3 of them will be brought back to Delhi and further investigation will be done in this case.
Right, Anvit, I also wish to understand another thing before I let you go. Now that these 3 have been, these 3 accused have been taken into custody, what will the line of questioning into this entire matter will look like?
See, there are certain pointers in which police is wanting to take the investigation ahead. Uday Banushi was also picked up for the same because Delhi police wants to know that when this protest happened, who were the real masterminds, even though we also shared with the viewers that grounds of arrest of Uday Banushi are also that police are saying that he is one of the masterminds. But police also wants to get to the main orchestrators of this entire event. They want to know that even these protesters, who were they in touch with in the senior leadership.
Back with more breaking news coming in from Telangana. We're learning that the monthly salary and pension bill quadruples to 6,000 crore rupees, and these are figures since 2014. Details that have been revealed by the Chief Secretary. In what's been shared, we're learning senior class 4 employees such as sweepers can earn about 2 lakh rupees per month. So Telangana Chief Secretary Ramakrishna Rao says state's monthly salary and pension bill has surged 4-fold from 1,500 crore rupees in 2014 to around 6,000 crore rupees now.
Now, he noted that senior class 4 employees, as Christine mentioned earlier, such as sweepers, can earn about 2 lakh a month, while chief engineers in power utilities can draw up to 7 lakhs a month. Some public sector salaries now exceed those of IS officers and even the governor, due to periodic revisions through pay commissions applying footment hikes to these. So this is the latest piece of information that we are bringing for you. The Telangana monthly salary and pension bill, which is quadrupled to 6,000 crores since 2014. For more on this, we have PV Romana live with us. PV, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. What can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning. In fact, yesterday Chief Secretary Ramakrishna Rao tried to explain the state financial situation and financial position of the state. In fact, he mentioned that, as you said, a senior sweeper is earning around 2 lakh rupees per month, and chief engineer is earning around 7 lakh rupees. Even IAS and IPS officers will not having the same salaries because the state organizations, state companies, public sector units will increase their salaries in their own, like power distribution companies, power companies of the government will increase their salaries for every 4 years and all. Accordingly, their salaries is increased like anything. As he mentioned, 7 lakh rupees per month, a senior chief engineers is earning and all. And even the employees of the GHMC sweeper, even the sweeper is earning 2 lakh rupees per month. That's why the demand for Telangana government jobs is increased, and for each post around 566 people is competing for the post. That's
And how
what
is the
exactly
state dealing with that challenge, PV? So you have limited vacancies and you obviously have too many candidates applying for these jobs, and you're giving us some of these numbers. How is the government dealing with this immediate challenge?
Yeah, immediate challenges means like whatever the available resources, accordingly they are going ahead. But when they are coming up with any group 1 or group 2 posts, around 700-800 people is competing for each and every post. And as of now, in the past 10 years, the government spent around 15 lakh crores, and he mentioned that almost 12 lakh crore were only utilized for the salaries. Only 3 lakh crores was the capital expenditure in this entire expenditure and all. That's what exactly Chief Minister wanted to mention. And moreover, as he mentioned, earlier in 2014, the salaries and pensions bills was 15,000 crores only. Now it is increased to 1,500 crores only. Now it is increased to 6,000 crores per month. Like we can expect how the salaries is increased like anything in the state of Telangana. And even when the Telangana state was formed, immediately after KCR took his chair, he increased the salaries of the government employees to the 40% increase. There was a 40% increase in the salary. Like a person is getting some 20,000 rupees, he is used to get 28,000 at a time. 8,000 rupees was jumps even for the 20,000 salaries employee. Now the starting salary in the Telangana is almost 35,000 rupees, and as he mentioned, 7 lakh rupees per month for a chief engineer cadre post. Even the IAS officers will not get, because they will get according to the Central Pay Commission only, their salaries will be increased. But state government is different. Some political promises, this and that, they wanted to lure the employees, and accordingly they will get the salaries and all. Now the salaries definitely, it was a big burden for the treasury of the Telangana.
All right. PV, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that.
Well, that's all we could pack for you in this edition on The Breakfast Club. We've hopefully covered all stories from down south as well. We need to head into a quick break. We'll be right back on the other side with the day's big stories. Keep watching.
Our focus to some more breaking news coming in. In fact, our another top story. Well, the standoff between Delhi police and Himachal Pradesh police has escalated after a cross FIR was filed in connection with the arrest of 3 youth Congress workers linked to the AI Impact Summit protest last week. The 3 workers were detained from Rohru in Shimla district early on Wednesday by a team from the special cell of Delhi police. Now, according to Delhi police sources, the team was returning with the accused to the national capital when they were stopped by Himachal police in Solan district. Now, Himachal police had intercepted the Delhi team at Dharampur and called the detention illegal. Listen to what the minister has to say.
बहुत इंटरनेशनल लेवल का एआई समिट दिल्ली में जो आयोजित हुआ, जिसमें यूथ कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने वहां कपड़े उतार करके जिस प्रकार का प्रदर्शन किया, स्वाभाविक रूप से जो कुछ भी किया वो राहुल गांधी के इशारे पर, प्रियंका गांधी के इशारे पर किया गया। और दूसरे हमारे लिए और भी पीड़ा का विषय है कि इस सारी घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए दिल्ली स्थित हिमाचल सदन का, हिमाचल भवन का भी इस्तेमाल हुआ है। मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को कहना चाहता हूं, इस देवभूमि को देवभूमि रहने दीजिए। इस देवभूमि को ऐसे अपराधियों की शरण स्थली मत बनाइए। शर्म आनी चाहिए सारी घटना को लेकर के।
Some breaking news on the broadcast. After a dramatic standoff between Himachal and Delhi police, a Shimla court granted transit remand around 1 a.m. 3 accused were produced before ACJM Judge Ekansh Kapil at his residence. Now, despite objections over...
Chief in Delhi, Banu Chief, police teams had rushed to Himachal Pradesh to arrest 3 persons. They are Saurabh Singh, who is 28 years old, is a resident of Amethi. Siddharth of the AI Summit protest. Police teams had gone and they were arrested from there and they were being brought to Delhi. That is when the Himachal police teams intercepted the teams of Delhi police and they were asked to, in fact, they were accused of abduction by the police, that you are illegally taking the 3 men away and that you do not have transit remand and that you would be requiring legal documents for that. So a video also went viral on social media. It was widely circulated and it can clearly be seen that an ACP rank officer of Delhi police is being stalked by the SP rank officer of Himachal Pradesh, and he is telling them that an FIR has been, a case has been registered against you for under the charges of abduction. And the new...
Welcome back to CNN News 18. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Heem Korsara and here's a quick look at what we're tracking for you right now. Let's get started. Prime Minister Modi, in a historic Knesset address, condemns Hamas's barbaric October 7th attack, says we feel your pain, affirms India's stance with Israel, calls for peace, unity against terrorism. On day 2 of his Israel visit, Prime Minister Modi to visit Holocaust Memorial hold talks with Israeli President and Prime Minister. Defense, tech pacts, FTA framework on the agenda. Shimla court grants transit remand to Delhi police after dramatic standoff with Himachal Pradesh police, allowing 3 Indian Youth Congress leaders to be taken to Delhi following their arrest. Kerala Health Minister Veena George injured during heated Kerala Students' Union protests in Kannur railway station. Chief Minister Vijay condemns incident as deplorable amid rising political tensions. Kerala High Court halts release of the Kerala Story 2, directs makers not to distribute rights until hearing concludes, amid petitions challenging its CBFC certification over alleged negative portrayal and controversy. BJP and community groups slam Karnataka government's new honour killing bill as discriminatory and exclusionary, argue it targets certain communities. At least 6 dead, 7 critical in Andhra Pradesh after consuming adulterated milk. FSSAI flags ethynyl glycol in milk from dairy fridge leak. Actor Vijay Deverakonda and Rashmika Mandanna to tie the knot today in a grand ceremony in Udaipur. Prime Minister Modi sends blessings and congratulations. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a historic address at Israel's parliament, the Knesset. Speaking to the packed house, he condemned the October 7th Hamas attack as a barbaric act of terror and declared that such violence can never be justified. Prime Minister Modi also affirmed India's unwavering support for Israel while also stressing the importance of dialogue and peace in the region. Now, his speech drew standing ovations with chants of Modi echoing through the chamber. The Prime Minister was also awarded with Knesset's highest award. Remember, the Prime Minister is the rare world leader who has received top awards from both Israel as well as Palestine. Now, Prime Minister Modi today will visit the Holocaust Memorial on the 2nd day of his Israel visit, which will be followed by crucial exchange of MOUs and joint statements with the Israeli Prime Minister. Agreements on defense and tech exchanges and framework of FTA and Hexagon alliance will be on focus as well. Take a look.
No cause can justify the murder of civilians. Nothing can justify terrorism. India stands with Israel firmly, with full conviction in this moment and beyond. Our aspirational spirit aligns naturally with Israel's innovation ecosystem. We are also working with Israel on creating cross-border financial linkages using our digital public infrastructure. The Gaza Peace Initiative that was endorsed by the UN Security Council offers a pathway. India has expressed its firm support for the initiative. Jewish communities have lived in India without fear of persecution or discrimination.
Narendra, my dear friend, I am deeply, deeply moved by your visit here today. Welcome to Jerusalem, my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and your distinguished delegation. Welcome to Jerusalem. Prime Minister Modi's personal embrace is something special. It's called the Modi hug. It's well known around the world. And when you hug someone closely, truly, you know it's not an act, it's a real thing. It's called the Modi hug. I said, Narendra, my dear friend, these are not just words. I would almost venture to say, more than a friend, a brother. In many ways, brothers. The alliance between us is an enormous multiplier of our individual powers. Enormous multiplier. We're two ancient civilizations, and we had to go through the voyage of time, the odyssey of time. We're two democracies. You're a gigantic democracy, but Israel is also, think about what we had to do, what we had to go through, and how we maintained our democracy against challenges that I believe few countries, if any, have faced. We are now deepening our deep bond.
I think this is really, we're going to the next level because we are upgrading the cooperation in ways we haven't seen before. Both in the defense side, we have signed 2 agreements that are going to allow us to go into new territory we haven't seen before in terms of the sensitivity of the technologies. But also we are expanding the verticals. It's no longer just defense and agriculture. We are talking about finance, about emerging technologies, and about cooperation in infrastructure and many other fields.
In defense, are we speaking also about joint R&D, innovation and production, all of that?
Absolutely, yes. This is the idea. We want to produce things together. We want to develop things together.
Right. Just 2 very quick questions. Beyond defense, we do think of defense first. Are there other areas of significance where the 2 countries now plan to work together?
Yes, as I mentioned, take for example infrastructure. We appreciate very much the capacity of the Indian infrastructure companies. We have invited them to participate in tenders of infrastructure in Israel. We're going to invest $200 billion in infrastructure in Israel. And we are happy to share with you that already few of them have actually applied for pre-qualification of the Greater Tel Aviv Metro area. And I hope that they will actually also, graduate the PQ and apply for the tenders. This will be a significant change because the entrance of companies like that will produce billions of dollars in economic value.
A quite remarkable evening, a quite unforgettable visit of Prime Minister Modi to the Knesset, which is the Israeli parliament. Mr. Modi received standing ovation again and again, and that was just one visible and very audible as well expression of a bond between India and Israel that we saw today in ways quite unprecedented. This is the first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister to the Israeli Knesset. We had a lot of expressions of affection and closeness. We had Prime Minister Netanyahu speaking of Modi's proverbial hug, but what Netanyahu spelt out by way of a hug is very much more than is visible. Netanyahu said the trade between the 2 countries has doubled, but trust and a relationship has quadrupled in ways that he cannot entirely spell out. He says that two countries work in ways together that are visible and not visible, suggesting that there is very much more going on by way of a relationship between India and Israel than we can see. And this has been an expression of a very, very strong bond between the two countries. And never, of course, can we forget the very significant symbolism of this taking place right here in the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, the first time the two prime ministers are together on an occasion like this and at a place like this.
Now, a major diplomatic signal has come from Ottawa ahead of the visit of Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney to India. The Canadian government has officially stated that India is no longer linked to any violent crimes in Canada. The World Sikh Organization welcomed the statement, emphasizing that it categorically denies false propaganda spread by Khalistani groups alleging Indian interference in Canada. So there are major development coming with regards to the diplomatic relations between the two as well. For more on this, we have Siddhant Mishra live with us from Ottawa. Thank you so much for joining me, Siddhant. Big development there. What can you tell us?
Well, that's right. So this is a positive signaling from the Carney government. In fact, a senior government official has been quoted saying that that India is no longer linked to violent crimes in Canada. Perhaps Canadian government has categorically denied all the falsehood and fake propaganda being spread by Khalistanis, and India is not involved in any foreign interference in Canada. So this all started because one individual, Moninder Singh, who stays in Surrey, British Columbia, perhaps claims that his life is under threat from agents of the Indian government. And this was told to him by the Vancouver police. Now, Vancouver police only informed him that your life is under threat. There was no mention of any agents associated with the Indian government. This is what he added while making statements in media. Now, today at a technical briefing of the Canadian government, this question was asked to the senior Canadian government official that there is this individual living in British Columbia and he claims that his life is under threat. Vancouver police informed him about this threat and it could be agents of India, etc., etc. To which Government of Canada said, the senior official from the Government of Canada said that India is no longer linked to violent crimes in Canada. So ahead of this crucial visit of Prime Minister Mark Carney to India, the Khalistanis are definitely trying to build pressure, perhaps to create this atmosphere of and revive this entire movement ahead of Mark Carney's visit. And perhaps this should also be seen in that context. But this time around, Canadian government knows that the focus is trade and investments with India. The focus is deepening, strengthening ties with India, deepening cooperation. This is the reason that the Canadian government has categorically denied all falsehood and fake propaganda being spread by the Khalistanis.
All right. All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll, of course, continue to track all developments on that front as well. Let's shift our focus now. The standoff between the Delhi police and Himachal Pradesh police is escalated after a cross FIR was filed in connection with the arrest of 3 youth Congress workers linked to the AI Impact Summit protests last week. Now, the 3 workers were detained from Roru in Shimla district early on Wednesday by a team of the special cell of Delhi police. And according to the Delhi police sources, the team was returning with the accused to the national capital when they were stopped by the Himachal police in Solan district. Himachal police had intercepted the Delhi team at Dharampur and called the detention illegal. So after this dramatic standoff, a Shimla court granted transit remand at around 1 a.m., allowing the Delhi police to take the accused to the national capital. Listen into some of the reactions as well.
बहुत इंटरनेशनल लेवल का एआई समिट दिल्ली में जो आयोजित हुआ, जिसमें यूथ कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने वहां कपड़े उतार करके जिस प्रकार का प्रदर्शन किया, स्वाभाविक रूप से जो कुछ भी किया वो राहुल गांधी के इशारे पर, प्रियंका गांधी के इशारे पर किया गया। और दूसरे हमारे लिए और भी पीड़ा का विषय है कि इस सारी घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए दिल्ली स्थित हिमाचल सदन का, हिमाचल भवन का भी इस्तेमाल हुआ है। मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को कहना चाहता हूं, इस देवभूमि को देवभूमि रहने दीजिए। इस देवभूमि को ऐसे अपराधियों की शरण स्थली मत बनाइए। शर्म आनी चाहिए सारी घटना को लेकर के।
All right, then in a dramatic turn of events, a team of Delhi police brought 3 accused Congress workers to Ambala Civil Hospital for medical examination after an intense day-long standoff with the Himachal Pradesh police. Remember, that's exactly what I told you right now. The 3 accused, this is the latest information that we're getting in this entire case. The 3 accused are currently undergoing medical examination at the Ambala hospital. So that is the latest that we are getting for you in this. Remember, there was a tense standoff between the Delhi police and the Himachal Pradesh police, which escalated after a cross FIR was filed in connection with the arrest of 3 youth Congress workers linked to the AI Impact Summit protest last week. And in the latest that we are bringing for you right now, the 3 accused who were being brought to the national capital by the Delhi police, we are given to understand in a turn of events, the Delhi police has brought the 3 accused Congress workers to Ambala Civil Hospital for medical examination after this intense standoff that we just saw. The 3 accused are currently undergoing this medical examination at the Ambala Hospital. So that's a turn of events that perhaps no one was expecting at this point, considering that we've already seen this day-long tense standoff between the Delhi police and the Himachal Pradesh police when the team was intercepted at Dharampur and they'd called the Delhi team's detention illegal. So after that dramatic back and forth, the Shimla court had granted transit remand at around 1 a.m., which then allowed the Delhi police to take the accused to Delhi. However, in a turn of events, this is the breaking piece of information that we're bringing for you right now. They are at the Ambala Civil Hospital for medical examination. For more on this, we have Anvit live with us. Anvit, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. So a dramatic turn of events there. What really happened? All right, we seem to be having an issue with that line. We'll try and get Anvit live back with us as soon as possible. But this is where things stand right now. We're given to understand that in an unexpected turn of events, the Delhi team, which was to bring the 3 accused who are charged for the AI Impact Summit protest, have been brought to the Ambala Civil Hospital for medical examination. And this after that intense standoff with the Himachal Pradesh police that we saw, post which the Shimla court had then granted transit remand to the Delhi police at around 1 a.m. Right now, we're given to understand the 3 accused are at the Ambala hospital for a medical examination. For more, Anvit is with us. Anvit, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, please.
Right, Anvit, I'm just asking, this is a turn of events no one was expecting perhaps. What just happened here?
See, Delhi people have been investigating the escalated protest and they had certain leads after they picked up Uday Bhanushri, the youth Congress president. And following that, there were 3 persons who they wanted to arrest and they had gone to Himachal and in Roru. 3 persons were detained and they were being brought to Delhi and they have also been formally arrested. But Himachal police teams intercepted that not legal defense to 3 men to Delhi and they have to for a transplant. Based on that, some argument happened. ACP rank officer from Delhi was there and SC rank officer from Himachal police. Video has also been widely shared on social media, which shows that they're having an argument and Himachal police is telling Delhi police to secure transit remand. Only then they can be allowed to take these women. Otherwise, a case of abduction has been registered and that they have to adhere to the norm. On that, Delhi police asked them to take us the men to a court and then secure transit remand, but they've been repeatedly can be heard saying the master police that the case has been registered and you have to cooperate with us. a case
Right,
of
but they were
abduction in
given
the
the
pocket
transit
and
remand
joint through with
and
us.
they were, of
So
course, bringing the
based
three accused to the national capital. But right now, we're given to understand that they were, in fact, taken to an Ambala hospital for medical examination. And with, of course, we'll continue to track all developments there and try and understand what really happened there. But more breaking news coming in. Dramatic dashcam visuals have surfaced from Faridabad capturing a fatal road accident that claimed the life of a 50-year-old man. The accident occurred on the Faridabad Gurugram road near the Gwalpadi CNG pump. In the footage, a speeding Toyota Innova can be seen ramming into a motorcycle waiting at the red light. The impact was so severe that the bike was completely wrecked. The rider, identified as a 50-year-old Shakir, was rushed to the BK hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. So this is the latest that we're bringing for you. Dramatic dashcam visuals which have surfaced from Faridabad, capturing a fatal road accident that claimed the life of a 50-year-old man. The accident occurred on the Faridabad Gurugram road near the Gwalpadi CNG pump. In this footage, a speeding Toyota Innova can be seen ramming into the motorcycle which was waiting at a red light. The impact was so severe, the bike was completely wrecked here. The rider, identified as a 50-year-old Shakir, was rushed to BK hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries. So these are the dramatic visuals, dashcam visuals that we've got from that Faridabad accident, where a speeding Toyota Innova was seen ramming into the motorcycle. You can see the visuals on your screens right now. They're waiting at the red light, and there you see the Toyota Innova completely speeding and ramming right into the motorcycle, and that has claimed the life of a 50-year-old man. The bike was completely wrecked, as well as you could imagine. The rider, who's been identified as 50-year-old Shakir, was rushed to the BK hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. For more on this, we have Anvit with us. Anvit, what can you tell us? We, of course, have these completely terrifying visuals of the dashcam visuals that we have, where we can see the Innova ramming right into this motorcycle.
The footage that we are seeing is from Gwalpadi area near the Gurugram Faridabad road, where actually two brothers were riding a bike, and while they were stationed at a red light signal, they were hit from behind.